Hi, I am Granny Green Thumb, and today we are going to put some plants in our garden. This one I got from a big box store, so we'll talk about that a little bit. These are ones I grew from seed. They're a little bit small, but I have high hopes. So I usually don't buy my vegetable starts so big. This is a yellow squash, but it's late in the season and they're on sale, and the big one was cheaper than the little ones, so I thought, why not? But when you get them, especially if they're this big, when you look at them, you're like, well, look at that. That is a broken yellow leaf. So I'm just gonna snip it off. No sense starting with trouble. Now, when it's in a pot like this, we gotta get it out. And the best way to get it out is to first water the plant so that it's held together, and then you kind of squeeze. So I squeeze it and soften it up, and then it can come right out. You can see it's kind of dry here. I watered it on the top. This is a lighter color, but you can also see this really fine roots here. So I'm going to tease the roots a little bit. That means we're pulling them out, so they're ready to reach in and grab that new soil. You should always pick, if you can, a cool day. Not a cold day, a cool day, so that they have time to adjust before the sun just blares down on them. If you don't have a cool day, it's 85 plus every day where you are, then try to plant them in the evening so that they can have overnight to establish and into the cool morning before the sun really hits them. So we've got our plant ready to go. This one's really holding together good. They don't always hold together that good. So once you know where it's going to go, you need to make sure everything's mixed up in the hole. If you've added compost, which you mostly have to do, or just dig a little hole, and you don't have to worry. It's not like planting a bush where they say twice as deep. We just want it to be about the same. We want the soil level to be the same on the plant as it's been in its little pot. Now, I usually put a little ditch around it, a trough, a moat, because right at first, your plant's gonna want a lot of water. After the first couple days, hopefully it's gonna be the same as the rest of the garden. But that first couple days, you're gonna need to check it, because it's not gonna be able to absorb water as quickly in its new location. Now I'm watching and the water's sinking down in. I have really well-drained soil because I've worked on it for a lot of years. If your water isn't sinking down in, then don't flood it. Give it time. If your water's sinking in, that's a good sign. If not, maybe before next year we'll work some more compost into that garden so that it is better drained. So the other thing I was going to try to plant, and this one is a little riskier. These are two little zinnia plants that I started from seed. You can see I planted them in paper cups. That's my new method. I would probably like them to be a little bigger before I put them in the garden, but I just want to get them in. Why do I plant flowers right next to the vegetables? Well, to attract the pollinators. Successful gardeners mix flowers in with their vegetables right next to them. So I'm just going to go over here to the side. So I've got my little hole dug. And in theory, you could cut off the bottom and just plant the cup right in there. I'm nervous about that. I feel like it'll take a while for that cup to degrade. So I am going to do my very best, there we go, to tear it off. And the soil is a little bit dry. I should have put more water on it. I thought I did, but it didn't come out. So now I'm going to be super duper careful. Here's some tiny little roots right here. So it's looking good. And I'm going to hold it together in my other hand, take off the rest of the cup, and I'm going to carefully, way more carefully than I was worried about with that big old squash plant, put these babies right here. So if you water it better before you try to do this, this one's staying together much better. And even though it has a long neck like this, long leg, long neck, I'm still going to plant it with just the soil right here. I'm not going to bury this neck because that could make it die. So here we go. We're gonna move it down to the ground. I put it right over here. Push the soil around it. Try really hard to keep the neck in the same place. And these ones especially, I'm gonna give them a big drink in their own little trough here. I have high hopes for these little guys. I know they're gonna be beautiful, and I'm gonna have to really keep an eye on them the next couple days. I'm not gonna worry too much that that's crooked. As the sun comes up, they'll reach towards the sun and they'll straighten themselves back up. I'm gonna put the straw, this mulch around to help keep it moist, protect them, cross our fingers, take good care of them, and we're gonna have squash and beautiful flowers with pollinators. I'm Granny Green Thumb. Thanks for watching. And if you have any questions, I've got an email, askgrannygreenthumb@gmail.com. If I don't know the answer, I'll look it up. I'll send you that way, or maybe we'll just make a video about it. Have a great day. Bye.